Hey everyone, welcome to another investing live stream. I just wanted to give a quick reminder up front. Some people wonder, hey, how come I don't get the notification? Just so you know, you got to probably set it up on your phone on Discord. Make sure you have the Discord app on your phone. Set up the notification so that you can get notified, when the streams are, the day before, the heads up or whatever. It's actually interesting. On YouTube, for example, 13% of people hit the little bell. That's usually like an average you'll see across YouTube, like 10 to 15%. But only about 8% of those people actually have notifications turned on. So that means a lot of people who actually think they're getting notifications aren't. So check in your phone app to make sure you have notifications on. Obviously, we're going to do deal analysis here, but if you have questions, as much as I do my best to get through every single question that gets posted in Discord, the fastest way sometimes to get your question answered is on the live streams. So feel free to just come here and ask, just like Robert's question here. And that's what we're going to start with. And then we're going to do deal analysis. Robert asked, quick question before we start. Is there any time you would ever buy a yacht? A yabut, sorry. It looked like yacht for a second. I'm like, wait a minute, what? Anytime you would buy a yabut, say next to a highway, train track, maybe if you could get a certain amount of equity out of the deal, or is it never worth it? The problem with yabuts is there's so much risk in them because it's very difficult to value the expense of a yabut. First of all, in practicality, a yabut costs you headache in terms of more rental turnover and a more difficult time getting a tenant placed sooner and a more difficult time selling the property. So with a yabut, you take away a lot of liquidity, which you want to have when you have real estate. Real estate is already somewhat illiquid, obviously relative to like a stock where I can push a button and be traded out, which I actually like. I like that restriction about real estate because it prevents kind of this panic selling that you see a lot. But to me, I don't like risk in real estate. And the biggest problem with the yabut is, let's say you have a neighborhood of houses selling for $500,000 fixed up. And then you could get a fixer for say $375, where you're like, well, if I put 50 in, I'd have a $75,000 wedge. That's awesome. Now let's say one comes up that's a fixer for $350, but it's under the freeway. Who's to say the impact of that freeway is only the value of $25,000? The only time I would even remotely consider a yabut is if every single comp I was looking at was also a yabut. That's the only time. Otherwise, you're speculating. So for example, if you have a neighborhood and you have you have a neighborhood of 150 houses and you're buying the planned 3 house, I would only buy a yabut if every comp I used was also next to that highway and met all my other qualifications for being an appropriate comp. And then I thought I was getting a good deal, but not just a good deal, a great deal, because I want to be compensated for the headache I know I'm going to be experiencing. Long story short, the odds of a yabut meeting that criteria are next to nothing. If you find it, maybe. And then remember, like, James here said, by the way, James, thanks for being a member. Then you have a harder time flipping it if you want to flip it. So it's not that much of a play for me. See, Robert, I know you're saying, hey, maybe I could get it for a $150,000 wedge, but most people who give me their comps on yabuts refer to comps that do not have the same yabut features. So you're kind of burning the candle at both ends of the stick, and most of the time you end up eradicating your wedge almost completely. So I'm not the biggest fan of that. Again, unless it specifically followed what I outlined. So now we are going into deal analysis. The last deal analysis we did was, I believe it was with Tony Chestnut. And we're going to go ahead and scroll up, and I'm going to screen share here, and then we're going to start analyzing some deals together. Obviously, as you have questions, just go ahead and post them. I'll be going back and forth between deals and your questions here in live. I'm pretty sure we got pretty dang caught up last stream. We got Brandon, are we on yours? Give me 1 second to get caught up here, and then we'll get, oh, here it is, Tony. Okay, perfect. So we're on Cody's deal. All right, so we're on Cody's deal, and we're going to go ahead and screen share this here. We've got, so Tony, I'll show you exactly how we see this. If you want to post, remember to use the format. So this is what we've got right here. I'm sorry. We talked about Tony's deal. We're talking about Cody's deal right now. Cody's deal, he has a 3 unit that he's looking at, asking $305. Price dropped from $399. For some reason, I feel like we looked at this last time. That's quite possible that we did, but let's just pull it up really quick to make sure. Oh no, I don't recall that at least. Let's see what else we got. Let's see, Connecticut. Jerem negative. Okay, about da, 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 da. We have a contract for 297. No, we have a. I feel like we almost did. Let's see. Oh yeah, we did look at this last time. I remember. Okay, so we did look at that last time. So that means we're actually on to Matthews. No problem. I just want to make sure I don't miss anybody. All right, Matthews. So Matthews is looking at a deal in Florida. It's a multifamily deal. Just make sure here, I'm not missing anything. Tony's. We responded to Tony. Yeah, okay. Cody, and then we finished on Cody's. I just didn't tag him. This is why I got to tag everybody. No worries. So we're on to Matthews, Dodger, and then Brandon, and then obviously any other questions you have. So we've got this Florida deal here. 22 minutes from my sister. She lives in Gibbston. What's the minimum down that I could get on the deal as a rental property investment? So this is a good thing for me to clarify. Always, the minimum you're going to be doing down on on any kind of income property is 25%. A lot of people think, oh, I could get in with 20% down. The extra fees that 20% down costs are usually totally cost prohibitive. It doesn't make sense to do 20% down. So usually on anything that is an investment property, it's 25% down. We talk about that in the lectures. So I'm paying about 20K more than the comps, but it's fully renovated for a multifamily. Okay, and then you're going to find this. You're going to find that on multifamily, sometimes you have to pay more than what the comps are, because unfortunately, that's the nature of a lot of multifamily, unless you're getting a wedge R property, which obviously we talk about that in the lectures. Now, the first thing I'm looking at on this particular deal here is the location. I'm not the biggest fan of this being on what appears to be a little bit of a larger street here, but it's, let's see here. It looks like you're on the corner of a larger street here. This is outside of Tampa. Tampa's booming, so I'm a fan of Tampa. But this particular street is a pretty good artery here for a good amount of neighborhoods, at least. Let's and ideally, I'd prefer to be off of these, especially if you're already paying 20 grand over comp value. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I mean it's there. There's definitely traffic on the road, but you're this unit right here. Not the biggest fan of the location. Not the biggest fan of that park job either. If you get more of this kind of stuff around the area, it's oftentimes a downside. And then you got your neighbor over here. Okay, I mean, you kind of get a little bit of a tell for how the neighbors treat the area and what kind of tenants you're going to be attracting when this is your neighbor. You want to keep that in mind. Look, they're renting, or at least at the time of this Google image, they were renting the property. So you're next to a couple more rentals, somebody managing the property themselves. You know what I do is I'd call these people, call Jay up and see what it's been like. That's probably actually a really good thing that I would do for your deal is call the neighbor and say, hey, what problems have you been having in the area? What can you tell me? I might be buying the unit next door. Do you know anything about that one? I think that's going to help you out dramatically is taking some kind of field research like that from a duplex owner right next door is going to help you more than anything. So it's been on the market for over 300 days. I'm planning on lowballing them. What should I ask my agent about? Well, watch the negotiation lectures so you know exactly what questions to ask. I think it's important all of us, remember, try to go day by day, every day. Watch one lecture, 2 lectures, get through everything. If you start skipping around, you kind of just start picking and choosing, you're not going to get all of the value that you really can out of this. So let's see. What do you think? Needs cosmetic updates only. So on one hand, you're saying it's remodeled, but then you're saying it needs some cosmetic updates. And you're paying about 20 grand more than the comps. Oh, you said it's fully rented, not fully remodeled. Okay, got it. Asking price is 165, built in 88. The fact that it's built in 88 is not bad. And in Tampa, you're going to see some more of the, you're going to see some higher cap rates than you will, obviously, in a place like California. But I'll probably be live for about an hour. So okay, it's an interesting deal. I'm not a fan though of what you're saying. On one hand, you're saying overpay. On the other hand, you're saying it needs work. On the third hand, it's on a busy street. And on the fourth hand, you got a funky, neighbor next door where it's an unprofessionally managed property and the unit that is rented looks like crap. I mean, all that junk they have outside, I don't want to live next to that if I'm looking to move into the duplex, So what I mean by that is, look, you're saying maybe we improve the grass, but what happens? So you improve your grass, you improve your stuff, but then you still have this crap. You still have people who don't put their trash out correctly. These people at least put their trash out correctly. You still have a landlord that on the other side next to you that doesn't care about their landscaping, that finds all this kind of junk acceptable. I mean, look how funky this AC looks with this little spray foam over here, that shattered kind of blind. It's just not the kind of welcome home or welcome to the neighborhood that I would look for. Not saying it has to have that. I mean, then you could have opportunities, but I'd much rather be in a neighborhood where everything is welcome home, but the deal you're looking at is the ugliest one. The neighbors are coming over and giving you cookies because you're fixing up the crap house on the street. That's where you're going to get some more value. So that's my take on your deal. All right, now we're going to go on to, so that was start of live for yours. Now we're going to go to Darth. Darth Bane, responding around 11 min in. All right, so next one is a single family in Englewood, Colorado. The house seems to be a split level in a non-traditional way. I don't like non-traditional. So the area is very high in comps, running to 5s to 6, but in general, it is much higher, obviously, with nicer homes. Well, yeah, of course. Okay, so try finding 2 similar size room. All right, let's see. What are the comps? So let's see what we have here. Thank you, thank you. All right, let's pop a couple comps here. The non-traditional part does make me nervous right away. So split levels bother me. Let's see. This is okay. Well, this one's under contract, so I hope you got it. But we'll go to deal analysis escrows here next. So we got Cody's the one. Cody got his under escrow. Oh, Cody, you just got yours under escrow. Okay. All right. So anyway, this Englewood deal, this was the split level. It's in escrow. You didn't post under deal analysis escrow, so I'm going to go ahead and skip. But I'll, doing a full analysis on this. But yeah, to me, this is funky. I mean, look at that. You got is that the kitchen up here, and then maybe like a little breakfast area, and then the step down to the living room, and then another step down over here. To me, it's too much of a yeah, but to even consider something like that. So I'd be grateful that went into escrow with somebody else. I just if it's not something I want to live in, it's probably not something I want to buy. Home Depot does have a reward system, somewhat like Lowe's does. The biggest one they have is for paint rewards. So I actually buy most of my paint at Home Depot because of that reason. So in a laundry room, I go with Swiss Coffee Semi-Gloss. Interior, we've talked about my favorite combos, the Swiss Coffee Semi-Gloss on the wood trim and the flat edge comb gray on the walls, with the exception of like kitchens, bathrooms, and laundry. Those could be Swiss Coffee Semi-Gloss on the walls and trim. But ceiling should be flat white, and outside, it depends. It totally depends on your roof color and the styles and tastes of what are around. I recommend going to like houzz.com, HOUZZ.com. In fact, I'll show you all that really quick. You go to houzz.com, this website here, and type in, let's see, paint. Let's do exterior house. Let's just see what you see. Well, actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure you can do exterior paint. And what's actually kind of cool about this website too is sometimes when you click on these, they'll actually show you the paint colors that were used. Not always. What is the paint color on this house? See, like then you get that kind of stuff where like they don't post the paint color, but sometimes it'll actually be tagged. And I know sometimes they want you to log in too, but it's worth making a website or a login on this. Let's try one more here. Edition. They didn't show the paint colors either. Sometimes you'll find it though in the comments as you kind of go through these. What are the paint colors? Oh, email me and I'll send them to you. See, I mean, usually the people who post these are open to helping people out. So that's kind of cool. It's a good way to do it. All right, what else we got? So let's see. Let's go on to another deal here. So let's do this escrow one. We got Jared, 72, responding around 14 min in live. Let's see what you got. So residential purchase agreement. Looks like you posted a copy of your contract. I have to pull that. So this is Millbury Road. Okay. Let's see what you got. So you wrote an offer on this. What did you write an offer for? So you wrote an offer on this deal for 105. Okay. So the offer is 105. Let's now pull up the actual property and let's see what we got here. All right, so it's pending. So I wonder if you. So I imagine now you actually got it under contract. It's not just pending. So this is let's see where this is. This is you got it under contract for 105 with 20 grand off. That's pretty cool. It's obviously in a More rural area, which isn't bad. It's just gonna make it a lot harder to get comps. Toledo, Ohio. Okay. Not too far from Detroit. That's cool. You guys have a big park over here. The what is it called? That roller coaster place that's out here? But anyway, let's do a quick little population search as well. Population. Okay, so stable population, but tiny, right? I mean, this is way too small for me to even notice a difference. So I'm gonna go to Wood County. Tiny little town. Wood County population. Okay, so you got growth. You know, it's not declining. That's good. All right. So what do we have? We have a 3 and 2. That's 1,206 square feet. Out here, built in 1900. Wow. You got 2 acres too. So the most difficult part about these is finding really land comps because you're up against basically people that are here valuing land and these accessory structures. Really, the best thing you could do is have your agent send me some comps or post them on our deal analysis section here, because finding the actual comps is going to be a challenge. But we'll go ahead and try. Let's try together here. So we'll do a quick attempt. So this property is. Let's see, what's the square footage of the actual deal? It's only a 1,200 square foot house, but it's on 2 acres. So we really want to let's see. I can't do lot. Oh, yeah, I can do lot. Okay, good. So let's get everything between an acre and 5 acres, and anything between 750 square feet and 2,000. I'm going really fat on that square footage there because I really need comps. Okay, all right. This is not as bad of a struggle as I thought I was going to be up against. Here's a 2017 sale that's a smaller property on 1.5 acres, and this place sold for 118. You're getting your place cheaper than this one. Now, I don't know how much the area changes, but yours is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. This was a 3 and 1. Yours is 250 square feet, larger, and you're getting a better price by almost 20 grand. And this place looks like it needs some love too. And yours has the larger lot, so that's great. You got a 2016 sale here, but this was a much larger house. This gives you an upside potential because this place seems somewhat remodeled. It actually looks like it has a large, yeah, okay. So here you go. Here's sort of some upside potential. You've got more square footage. You got about 700 more square feet. Not sure if you want to add on out there. It's only a 2 and 1 though, which is interesting. 2 and 1, and it's got that large square footage. So they probably added on, honestly. New septic tank. Okay, well, you can read that. Built in 32. It's a smaller lot. Wow, that's incredible. Smaller lot, 173. And this is 3 years ago. I mean, so far, you got this Fizbo over here that's way overpriced. What is it? I'm trying to find some bad comps. Okay, here's a bad one. So here's an 88. Well, then again, it was 2 years ago. 88,000 square feet. Where's a recent comp? What's the most recent sale we have over here? Gosh, there are like no sales in this area. It's crazy. Here's your recent sale, $160,000, and this one at 62,000. Let's see what's wrong with this 62,000 square footager. 1.7 acres. This one sold for, this is a similar square footage to yours, but only sold for 62,000. So this just makes me nervous because you've got some things that make me feel good, but then you got another things that make me feel bad. So that's where I get nervous, because, and that's where I say, you know what, we're just gonna have to have you send over some very important, some decent comps from your agent, because me looking at this, I don't know. Cody, let me reply to Cody really quick because we looked at his deal. Hey Cody, analyzed your deal in Tuesday's live stream at the end. Did you happen to see that? Congrats on getting it into escrow. Let me know, and I'll check back. I always want to take care of you folks when you're in escrow, but I also want to make sure you got my initial analysis there. All right, let's continue on. So we've got those knocked out. Let's go on now to, we've looked at Maple. Okay, let's hop on over to Brandon's. So Brandon, I believe you have this one in escrow. And let me see really quick. It looks like we got some questions here on the live too. Let's see. Yes, under contract, Cedar Point. Kevin, are there any special requirements or exemptions for property in pre-foreclosure or foreclosure if stationed overseas? And if I had to start out, and if it has to start out as a rental after 3 months, 3 months due to prep rent. Houses are great. Area looks great. Financial show. Can you tag me in a comment? Okay, sure. Let me just tag you really quick in general chat here. So, Aaron, let's answer. Well, I don't know. Aaron said, when I don't think your name matches what your Discord username is. So I'll just tag you here at what time we're responding to you. So here's the thing, Aaron, 20 min. Okay. Yes, if you purchase, look, first of all, watch my lectures on pre-foreclosures because the odds are you're not buying any kind of pre-foreclosure. You're talking about like 0.5% of the market or less, probably like maybe 0.1% of the marketplace. They seem desirable because of Zillow, but it's completely misleading. Watch the lectures that I have on pre-foreclosures. You could actually watch a YouTube video that I have on pre-foreclosures. Didn't get a lot of views. I don't know. Apparently, nobody cares about that. But I'm basically like the scam of pre-foreclosures. It's an older one. So, or a foreclosure. Again, now with foreclosures, you're talking about maybe 0.5% of the market. So you're talking about a very, very small part of the marketplace. And if it's going to be a rental after 3 months, you got to put 25% down. Unless for some reason you told the bank, I'm moving into it, and then there was some intent change that occurred, you're putting 25% down. Now, obviously, I'm not encouraging you to lie. I never want anybody to do that. I'd rather you just come up with the 25% down, or when you're in the area, buy in the area at that time. That's what I'd much rather see than than any kind of issue like that where you're not exactly clear on your intent to occupy. It's this. I don't know. 25% down based on what you described to me. 25% down. That's what I'm going with. All right, so let's go on to another deal here. Let's see what we got. Next deal we have is Brandon's. And we're going to hop in here to deal analysis. Brandon, let's see what you got. So Brandon's deal is, we got a lot going on in Brandon's deal, but that's all right. Responding at 22 min in. So let's look at this together. Brandon says, let's tag him really quick. That means I have to scroll up again. I wish I wouldn't do that. There we go. Has an add-on, but is nice and permitted. Good. Okay, so we're looking at a single-family house that has an add-on, but it's permitted, which is good that it's permitted. That's probably the only way I'd honestly buy a property that has an add-on. However, the windows to the green room share the wall with the add-on, so that's pretty funky. Oddly, add-ons like this are not unusual. Okay. The shower in the third bathroom is illegal, so sagging. So what makes, okay, and permitted. So it's not a permitted shower. Maybe cheaper to do the latter, remove, fixed, and permitted. It depends. I mean, you're going to be if you get a permit for it and it's sagging, you're going to be redoing it anyway. So if you're building it brand new, it's basically like you're adding a bathroom from scratch, which means you're going through engineering, architecture, and all the goodies that you need to handle to do that. So that bathroom, that's going to be expensive. Anytime you go into that permitting process where you want to deal with engineering, permits, and basically adding on something like that, it can get frustrating. That could be a lot. So, but anyway, let's keep going. Let's look what you have here. Then I'll respond to some live chats. Can be sold off market for $567.5 with my agent representing both sides. My agent is cutting his commission to help make the deal work. With renovations, it should be $600K plus. Just be careful because if you're buying it for basically $570, and then you're going to do a bathroom, basically permit an illegal bathroom, and you have this funky add-on, that 30 grand is going to be gone like that. Like seriously, it's going to go fast. Great area, provides the needs. The bones are good. Newer copper plumbing, new line out to the street, new furnace, new AC. Good. New line out to the street, by the way, does not necessarily mean the plumbing under the actual property is good. So just keep that in mind. So this is your deal. Let's look at your actual deal. So this is it. It's a 4-bedroom, probably 2.5 bath, 43 square feet. And it was built in 1957. Let's grab some comps. Okay, smaller comp, fully renovated comp, smaller comp, sold recently, no central AC, older kitchen, and recent listing. Let's see if your recent listing sold. Good. This is good. So the recent listing already sold, and it's a similar square footage. This is the hottest comp you have right here. Like all the other ones don't matter when you have a hot recent comp like that, where it's move-in ready, it's ready to go. You're at 620 with a move-in state of 4-bedroom, 2-bath. If your third bath is illegal, maybe just get rid of the thing and forget about it. Just keep it a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. Do a basic fix-up. But honestly, even at a basic fix-up, I don't know. Like you say, what's the value? Like 610? I don't know, 567 might be generous depending on the work it needs. Let's see if I can see your actual deal. So, okay, yeah, photos. Let's look at your actual photos here. Let's see what we got. All right, well, let me pull those up really quick. In the meantime, while those load, let me answer another question here. So we've got another live question here. Kevin, I'm taking my contractor to small claims due to incomplete work. Do you have a lecture advice what to do? Well, I mean, the best thing to do is not go to court. Court sucks. And, even those small claims, you get to represent yourself, and the filing fee is like $50. But tell me a little bit. What's incomplete, and did you already pay everything? The big key is, and I know it might be too late now, but for anybody else listening, the biggest key with contractors is making sure you don't let payments get ahead of work. Work must always get ahead of payments. Contractors should always be paid in arrears, in other words, as much as they beg and plead. So is the point? So give me a little bit more info. Is the point of egress a big deal on an old building? Inspection came out with the improper point of egress at bedrooms over 44 inches. That's normal. If the windows are not, if they have not been replaced, you are not in violation of code. You're grandfathered in. It's really only a problem if somebody replaced the old original windows with dual paned windows and then did not reduce the height of the frame. That's when it becomes a problem. Rental arbitrage, Airbnb. Look, I hear this. I really got to make like some public videos about this, but I do talk about this on the live streams regularly. It's fine. All it is just more work. If you're willing to put the work in to, first of all, find landlords who are willing to allow you to sublease. Most landlords don't let you sublease. Fine. And if you're willing to put in the extra work to do hotel accommodations, the Airbnb style stuff, to be there, exchanging the towels, putting in the Wi-Fi, helping with problems, whatever. If you're willing to do that work, that's fine. But the reason rental arbitrage exists is because you're doing more work. It's the same thing with the roommates. Yeah, you can get more money renting out each room of a house, but it's more work and there's more wear and tear on the actual property. So in a funny way, the economics of rental arbitrage can tend to balance out. Even though on a YouTube video, it can look so wonderfully sexy to do rental arbitrage. What are the legal implications if you rent out an owner-occupied? Well, Robert, as long as your intent changed for a legitimate, provable purpose, it's not that big of a deal. No, I would not allow my tenants to sublease because I don't want anybody in my property that I did not qualify. Because then if they don't leave, guess who gets stuck with it? Me. I don't want to be stuck with anybody else. So... Okay, so how much work did they get done? You paid 15K of 18. Did you just pay him up front? And he did no work? All right, let's do another. Let's look at these pictures now from Brandon, and let's see what we got. So we got new photos. Okay, so these are the photos. Oh yeah, I remember looking at these in the general chat. So yeah, I mean, look, yours is looking at your comps now. What's frustrating is you've got at least 30 grand worth of work just to get this thing cleaned up, right? Paint, carpet, inside, outside, clean up the bathrooms a little bit, demo the illegal unit, handles, light fixtures. Good. I mean, you got some bonuses there and the equipment that's newer. But wherever this is the add-on, which that's fine. Like that could work. It's not like terrible. But what frustrates me is the fact that you're having to inherit this illegal bathroom, which I think it's this one, at the same time as it's not as cheap as it could be. I think this probably should be closer to honestly 550 to make it have some wedge room in it. The good news is you're not overpaying though. If you get it for 567, you're not overpaying. But I don't know how much of a deal is in it because of the actual comps, especially the one you show. Okay, this is the illegal shower. Yeah, exactly. Yep. All right. So the biggest, I mean, to me, I'm just thinking about removing the thing because I'm just frustrated about the idea of all of the work you're going to have to go through for permitting. That's probably the biggest frustration that I see for your case. All right, so other questions here. The property is right next to my current in Jacksonville, Florida, and looks like it's mismanaged. I will check the course. Yeah, Aaron, I mean, that's awesome. Look, if you have like a special opportunity to get into a property that's being mismanaged and you can buy this, that's why maybe you're saying it's pre-foreclosure because they're mismanaging it and they might be, stopping to make the payments. So maybe you could sneak in and make a deal. Yeah, just, even if you could get a good deal, even if you have to borrow the 25% from somewhere else, borrow the 25% from somewhere else, put 25% down, make it happen. Reposting. Wait, so Hamad, I posted a deal analysis a few weeks back, but I guess you looked over it. What do you mean I looked over it? Like I skipped it? Because I'm pretty sure I looked at your deal. Check to make sure that I didn't tag you in a response because I try not to miss anybody's deals. Let me see. I'll scroll to the bottom really quick just to see. Oh, it's possible. Yeah, make sure you use the format though, the rental analysis format. Oakland. I feel like we looked at this. I don't know. Use the rental analysis format though, Hamad. Well, you're here, so just I'll show you really quick here. Here, if you just go to must use this deal analysis format, you'll be able to, that might be why I skipped yours if you didn't use this format. And given that you're not using the format now, it's probably why I didn't look at yours. I'm trying to focus on, I want to see how you folks are running comps for yourselves so you can learn how to catch fish, right? All right. No one will, this one, I believe, has potential. Let's make a deal. Oh, play the game. Let's make a deal. Here are a few comps around the area. All right. So, I mean, you did provide comps, which is the biggest part, honestly, of the format. Let's see what you got. If possible, Dodger, though, fill in the rest of the format in the future. 32 min in for yours. So let's see what we got on Dodger's deal here. We have this, I believe, is the property that you're looking at on okay, yep. This is it, Pomona, California. So this is the deal you're looking at, $450,000. Looks, it's the kitchen needs some love, the bathroom needs some love, the landscaping needs a little bit of love. Everything about it just kind of needs some love, which is good. That's kind of what you're looking for. You just want to make sure you're getting a good value on these actual properties. So, Hamad, did you post with the format though? And let's continue. Let's look at the comps you've got here. So your deal is 1524 square feet. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and it's $450,000. Then you have a comp that you gave here of a very similar square footage, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. But why is this one in Laverne and this one in Pomona? How far away is that from? Oh, it's right. Laverne's right there. Well, why are you going so far away? Let's see how far it actually is. This is the Laverne deal. Maybe this is where the neighborhood just transform or something. Let's see. This is where this comp is. I mean, it's probably close. It's so hard to tell. I'm trying to line this up here. Yeah, to me, proximity to your comps is a big deal. What is this? We got Gary Ave right here. And what is this? Gary Ave. Okay, so we're close. So you just have a city boundary here, basically. Okay, here we go. Now we're lined up. So one deal is here and one deal is here. So that's Robin Way. Here's Gramercy, which is down here, which is down the way a little bit. I don't know why this comp is all the way down here and the other ones are kind of in this area. You can have a total difference of neighborhood here is potential, is definitely a potential. But let's go with it. Let's see what you got. So make sure I would talk to your agent about the neighborhood differences too. But I like that this one sold for $587. It appears to be remodeled for $587. So we got a comp at $587 that's remodeled. Then we have a comp at $500, but we don't know the condition of it. So find out the condition of this one. It's got dual paned windows. $500 is a very low sale. If you're looking at getting a fixer for $450, $500 is very low. So this $500,000 one, it better have been like a fixer upper, and it probably was because everything else. Look at this recent comp. Wow, from like 3 weeks ago. This is great. $639. The assumption is that this one's also remodeled. No pictures though. Get the pictures from your agent. If these deals are remodeled, $450, this is great. There's definitely a wedge potential in that, especially if that $500,000 sale you sent me needed a little bit of work on the inside. So let's see. For example, he promised to refurbish the floors, but the work was really bad. Lots of bubbles. I paid him money for redoing concrete work. He busted all up and asked for more money. We got into an argument. And he left the work unfinished. Wow. Yeah. I mean, is he a licensed contractor? Because if he's a licensed contractor, I would put in a claim with his bond with the bond company right away. Because a licensed contractor holds what's known as a contractor's bond, and you can put a claim for money against that bond. Oftentimes, let me see what state is it? Tell me what state it is. But every state has different contractor bond requirements. But that's what contractor bonds are for. If you pay them money and then they disappear on you. So yeah, see, California contractors are required to look at this. California contractors are required to carry a $15,000 contractor license bond. So that's good. A $15,000 contractor license bond. That's exactly what you could get your money back from. So if he's licensed, you should be able to put a claim into that bond, and you're done. That would solve your problem right away. Pennsylvania contractor bond. So in Pennsylvania, let's see if they have to have a bond there. Almost every state requires them to have a bond. Let's see here. Pennsylvania surety bond, contractor license bond guide. And you could Google this too really quick. But bond by state. Yeah. I would look, do a little bit of Googling, see if you can get, if the person has a bond. And let's see, 1 year bond, 1% of bond amount. Okay. Yeah. Pennsylvania might have a $10,000 bond, but check. You'll be able to find that right away. I would look up their license first, though. See if they're licensed. If they're licensed, you're in luck, and you might be able to avoid all that crap, which would be great. It's the benefit of a licensed contractor, honestly. All right. So, yeah, be careful with the algorithms. We always want to look for comps. So let me just touch on your comment here, Revelo. Let's see, responding about 37 minutes in. Always be careful with these algorithmic valuations. Ultimately, real estate at this point is still at a point where the Zillow estimate, the Redfin estimate, all this stuff, it doesn't really matter. What matters the most are actual comps that are going to make you comfortable in the ultimate value of the property, because having comfort and surety is the best way to prevent getting screwed in real estate. So what other questions we have here? Gotcha. He's licensed. He's licensed. That's money right there. I mean, honestly, that is huge. Look up his license number at the Pennsylvania Board of Contractors. Then you'll find the bond information. Monday morning, call the bond company, put in a claim, and he's going to SHIT himself when the bond company calls and goes, we got a claim. So, yeah, I mean, that's way better. Way better than small claims court. Good. All right. Next deal. Hey, I remember, I'm pretty sure you were waiting in the last live stream, so I'm glad we're going to be able to do your deal now in today's stream. All right, so the deal we're doing right now is, where is it? Here it is. Share it. Here we go. Nothing wrong with it. A single family. Looks like it's below market value. At least $15K under other comps. And $15K is okay, as long as you don't have to do work. I'm competing against cash offers, so I'm thinking of offering $400. I was going to try to get hard money, but I don't know if I can afford that payment. Okay. Yeah, hard money is ridiculous. I would not want to do hard money, honestly. Oh, yeah, this is the Pico Rivera deal. I've actually worked in Pico Rivera before, so I will tell you my thoughts on this. All right, so is that the one you were looking for? I think your deal went pending, didn't it? Yeah, you were going to offer 4 and you were against cash offers. 389 Pico Rivera. Just be careful the railroads and the busy streets. This one's not bad in a bad location in terms of like busy streets. I mean, Pico Rivera itself is a developing area, but there's nothing wrong with that. So both of these 2-in-1s are pending around the 390 range. 800 square feet, 814 square feet, 700 square foot place sold for 465, probably somewhat at least remodeled here. And here you go. Here's your most recent big comp, 490. That's awesome. 490. Yeah, there was much. Oh yeah. Okay. So then to see yours with 100 square feet more, honestly, remodeled could probably go for somewhere around. I mean, I think if you put it remodeled on for $499 as a flip, this is in Downey, which is a little bit south of Pico. But if you put something like this on if these are your comps, if those are the comps nearby, you put that thing on for $499 remodeled, it'd probably sell right away. So you just don't want to overspend in Pico. It looks like somebody else got the deal though, so I'm going to go ahead and skip looking at it in any more detail. Let's instead go ahead and grab the Kevin. I purchased the Matterport. We'll be receiving this. Is where it's going. Oh, that's awesome. Are you against brushed nickel? No, I don't mind brushed nickel. I'm a fan of bronze or brushed nickel. Hey, Kevin, is there a geographical limitation to a signed agreement with a realtor? How far do I get before I can use a different realtor? Well, so I'm not a big fan of signing buyer's brokers agreements, but you have to read that contract, and the contract will tell you. I mean, they could protect them for the entire state, unfortunately, for the duration of that buyer's broker agreement. I'm not a big fan of those. I'm gonna make a quick little note here about that buyer's broker. Buyer's broker. Yeah. All right. So a water heater exposed to weather conditions. Would you enclose it? Oh yeah, totally. I mean, look, you could get those little enclosure cabinets super cheap. Water heater enclosure. I'm pretty sure they're like $100. Yeah, look at that, $122. These things, like literally $122, and it's enclosed, or whatever, a couple $100, whatever you need to spend, slap it around it and protect the thing. Absolutely, I would not let that thing be out there rust and get destroyed. All right, moving on. So next one here, K underscore Rukov, responding 42 min in. All right, let's see what we got with K Rukov. Let's see here. Where to go? There we go. Okay, good. So we got a townhouse selling for $105,000. Oh, it's contingent. Jacksonville, Florida. That's a bummer. Doing an offer of 95. Wait, did you get it? If you got it, post in deal analysis. That's great. So if you put in an offer of $95,000 and it's listed for 105, let's say you got it. You got comps that you gave me. Yours is 876 square feet. You gave me a comp that was a model match of 92. You got this older comp that's slightly larger, and this comp at 90K that's also older, slightly larger. I mean, it definitely seems like you're not overpaying on the deal if you got it. So if you got this deal for 95, let me know though. I saw the property is being renovated, luxury limited, all appliances, roof 2010. Okay. Realtor suggesting to offer 110. Yeah, no. I mean, even based on the comps you gave me, no way. And how long has it been on the market? Oh, but it's a newer on the market though. So if it had, maybe he knew that it had multiple offers. It's possible too, because it didn't seem like the comps seemed okay. I didn't think they were like screaming comps. So does it make sense to buy a more expensive property? Yeah, I personally prefer more expensive properties because, yeah, like JD says, more principal pay down, less headache with tenants. You get more appreciation, lots of value to a little bit pricier of a property compared to more inexpensive property. You build wealth faster, basically. So what else we got? Let's see here. Is there a case you recommend? Yeah, I got the one they recommended, the Pelican for the Matterport. They went with the cash offer for Pico. Yeah, that's no surprise. But did you end up offering on that one for what you were gonna say, like 4 or 410? Because sometimes I would even have my agent follow up with that investor, with that seller, say, hey, like, how's your deal going? And if they're having any problems, maybe you could swoop in with a loan and run your deal alongside. And if that cash offer bombs, then maybe you could go with yours. Yeah. So I mean, if you wrote for 400, hit them up. See, I would try to find out, hey, what they get, yeah, exactly, what they get, and hey, that those cash offers, those cash buyers, I guarantee you, they probably locked it up for $395, and they're going to come back with a $30,000 request for repair from the seller, and the seller's going to, put their middle finger up, and that's going to be the perfect time for you to swoop in. What sort of professional should I seek to evaluate potential structural problems? You should get a structural engineer. You could Google that in your area. Structural engineer in your zip code, you're good to go. So yeah, totally, you could swoop in on that deal. I mean, I like that deal. That doesn't seem bad. So let's see what we got. 3 bedroom, 1 bath, going for 275. So I'm gonna just ask you to post some comps as well. Davron, would would you mind posting with the format on the left and comps? Okay. So let's see what else we have. So condo very musky, plumbing issues, mold in 2 baths, estate sale, and you gave the comps. Good, good, good. Plumbing issue could bring the price down 10 to 15K. All right. Let's see what you got. CLG Designs. So it's for sale. Responding. What are we in? 46 min in. All right, here we go. We'll screen share. 1 sec. All right. Yeah, keep chasing it, man. You'll be fine. Yeah, but something like that I think is gonna be right up your alley. So here's the deal you're looking at. It's $750,000. $750,000 deal in Goleta. It's a 3 and 2, 1357 square feet. Honestly, it doesn't look that bad. I mean, I would paint the fence, update the kitchen, and probably call it a day. This is a very easy cosmetic wedge here. Basic cosmetics you could do. This is should be a slam dunk, honestly. And you've got a comp here, which is a model match. Model match comp from the end of last year at 825. That's good. I mean, at least much of California has been kind of, flat year over year. So maybe, San Fran, you might see a little bit of a minus. But beyond that, for Goleta, I like this. 750, and this is 825 as a sale. Let me see if I can also find any other comps, because ideally I'd like one more at least just to confirm what we're looking at. So I'm going to go 1250 to 1500 square footage, and I really got to zoom in on your deal here. So where is it? Here it is, 850. What's that 700 I'm seeing right there? So let's draw a quick little boundary here. Okay. And let's just do solds. So done. Okay, it's still going to show me that. This is a great comp at 490. That's amazing. 885, that's a great comp. 886, 890, 825, 785. Dude, 750. This is great. What's wrong with the place? That's awesome. How long has it been on the market? Yeah, I mean, I would be tempted to jump on this. This is awesome. Opportunity, 1985 build. How long has it been on the market? Let's see here. I like it so far. Definitely say that. I can't find the history for some reason. Facts and figures. I don't know. I'll find out how long. Maybe I can find out on a different website really quick. Let's see how long this has been on the market, because I do like this. Coldwell Banker here. Redfin's gonna tell me. So 97 days. Wow. So what's wrong with the place? Wait, is this attached? If this is attached, then it's not going to. Yeah, okay. Oh, this is a townhouse though. That's why it's an attached unit. It's not a single family. All the comps that we were looking at here, these are or the other comps we were looking at in the neighborhood. Except this one could be an attached one too. Let me see. What do we have here? PUD. Okay, this here's a PUD. So the one you gave me was the right comp. The other ones that I was looking at were single family. Okay, all right. So if the PUDs are selling for the attached planned unit developments, if they're selling for 825 remodeled and yours is 750, let me see if I could find some other PUDs really quick. See, I knew that was too weird that it would be 97 days on the market and not selling with all those single families selling for more. That makes sense. See, I've never sold anything in Goleta. Let's see. Let's get something. Let's see if I could get a little closer. See yes, the detached single families. They're the ones going for closer to a mil. So that's it. This is all we have in terms of these attached units. Let me go up in square footage a bit. Maybe I'll get a tiny bit more comps. No. Wait. What is this? Here's one more. Is this one attached? 750 comp? See, you might be getting in for a value that's 2 years old. See, this one's on the same street. It's literally like 3 doors down. It looks like it's closer to the busy street. And it also appears to be, nope. But see, it's not attached. It's detached. Dang it. Dang it. That doesn't help much. Okay. Well, yeah, there might be a little bit of potential. It's a little frustrating that there's only one comp at 825, and that 825er didn't need the work that this one needs. So there's some room there, but yeah. What color do I paint the fences? Let me see if I could just Google one. Fence color. Because I'll show you kind of the style that I usually go for. So I found that this mustardy color seems to be too meh. Like I try not to do it. Usually this like coffee or chocolate tends to be a little too dark. So ideally, if I could go something in between this, and that's not as light as this, I'm happy. I usually won't go gray. Try like probably something like this, honestly. Right here, the middle color. Just that very normal kind of brown. This is too dark. Like that. That kind of regular brown is fine. If you want to go with the reddy wood look, that's okay too. This is the reddy wood look. Redwood. This is okay. It can look a little orange. But yeah, that's what I usually do in terms of paint color. All right. So what else we got? We are chugging along. So we did the townhouse. We did yours. So Nam, we're gonna ask just to post with follow the format. Okay. What else we have here? First time posting. Oh, Nam just did it. Oh, perfect. Some concerns with the basement. Okay, location. All right, good. So we'll do this one really quick. Responding at 52 min in. Awesome. Thank you. Somebody. Oh, thank you for doing that, James. James T here. Thanks for helping Nam. All right. So ranch style, 2 full bath, needs some TLC. Thinking of turning it into a rental. Should be $1,000 in rent. Comps are around $130,000. Okay. I don't think you didn't give me the comps, but we'll just do it really quick. So it's $105,000. You think you could rent it for $1,000? It definitely needs paint. At least the inside. The outside might be okay. And this is a 1,300 square footage property, or square footer. 1,300 square footer, 1,300 square foot property. That's probably the more correct way to say it. Here we go. And it doesn't appear to be on any kind of busy but street. It is a 4 and 2, 1,300 square feet. What's the lot size? And it's been on the market only 3 days. 0.19 of an acre, so 1/5 of an acre, which would be, what is that, somewhere like 8,000 square feet? Okay, so 750 to 1,500, done. Let's see. Wow, why are there such low comps? Let's see what's actually happening here. This is a good little neighborhood section to zone off. So what do we got going on here? Why did this place sell for $60,000 on your street not that long ago? What was this? Single family home built in 27, 4-bedroom, 1 bath. Why did that sell so low? That's a scary comp. I don't like that. Here's a better comp. This one on Jefferson looks very similar to yours from the outside. Basic on the inside. And they got a good pop value of 134 very recently. So ask your agent to tell you why that one deal sold as low as it did for, what was it, the $60,000 one. What do we have? Here's a 90,000. This is a lot smaller though, so I'm not so worried about that. Here's a 93,000 one. This makes me a little nervous as well. 93. Oh, but it needs work. Oh, good. It's a fixer. It's a total fixer. Perfect. Perfect. So this to me says that you should probably be paying somewhere around $90,000 to $100,000 as a fixer, and that you might have some upside value closer to the direction of the 130, the 140 range, maybe 150, a little bit more fixed up. So I like the look of this. I wouldn't do too much work though. And let's see, comps around 130. Okay, that's what you said. Yeah, you said comps around 130. I could see that. I would write an offer though. It's at 105. Write an offer at either 88 or just go straight to 90 and see what happens. That's probably what I would do. So, Derek, yeah, let me see. Where'd you post those? In renovations? Can you say that? In general, you posted them. Okay. Where did you? Oh, Derek. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, me, yes, I would paint these inside and out. First of all, it's actually easier to also paint the inside because if you also paint the inside, you don't have to worry about masking the inside off. So it's much easier to just spray the inside and the outside. But with this look, absolutely. Absolutely. I would also, I mean, you already removed all of the cabinet doors. So usually I just paint them in place. It's easier than having to try to put them all back, but it's too late, so don't worry about that. Yeah, I would just mask off your countertop and your walls and your fridge and crown molding there and your pantry and go to town on this thing. Spray them out. Make sure to get that nice oil-based primer and you're done. Absolutely. So, I know this is random, but how do we lower our credit to debt ratio? My gross annual 150K after taxes, 128K is after taxes. Okay, winter bonus, annual expenses 30K. Okay. So your credit to debt ratio, you mean like your debt to income ratio, your to be able to qualify for real estate? If you're trying to qualify for more real estate, anything that's a monthly payment of yours is going to hurt your debt to income ratio for qualifying. So, credit cards, cars, furniture loans, anything financed, anything that shows up on your credit report as finance is going to be a negative to your ability to buy. And remember, it's going to affect you by $2.34. That is every single monthly payment. That's right. Every single monthly payment you have. So let me put it this way. Let's say you wanted to qualify for a $2,000 per month monthly payment on a house. But the lender said you could only qualify for a $1,999 payment. You have two choices. You could make it so that you pay off enough debt so your monthly payment on debt goes down $1. $1 is what you want your monthly payment to go down, so that way you could qualify for 2,000. Or you have to earn $2.34 more. So paying off is very, very powerful to help you qualify for more money. That's what everybody wants. We got to qualify for more so we can milk the banks for everything they're worth. And that's a good thing. So, okay, cool. So next up, we're going to start with, we'll go ahead and start with Nian. Will be up next in next live stream. Go ahead and post any questions that you have in the meantime. Looks like we're actually almost caught up with all of them. But yeah, I'm going to be on Discord over the next few days, just sort of responding to questions until our live stream on Tuesday. In the meantime, if you have any other last minute questions, go ahead and ask right now. But thank you for being here on this live stream. Let me just say next live stream will be Tuesday. Let's see what date that is. Gosh, I can't believe it's already the 21st, honestly. It is going to be the 24th, 9/24/2019. All right, folks, any last minute questions here? Let's see. Should I get rid of my school loan? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on. If you got 3K in student loans, 3K in credit card debt, pay that crap off ASAP. Especially if you're making the money you're making, you should be able to pay that off like in 2 months. You know what I mean? Or sooner. So just pay off your collections too. It's not worth the headache. 3K there. Just pay it all off. Get rid of all of it. What sort of but talk to the collection company to see if they could report that differently on your credit so it doesn't hurt you as much. What sort of professional should I seek to evaluate potential structural problems? Yeah, so I just answered that. So cracks, I mean, all that stuff. What you want to do is you want to talk to a structural engineer. So search in your zip code, structural engineer, and then your zip code. If my wife and I want to go to your LA course, how can we add 2 tickets? To get a +1 ticket, just email me and say, hey, we want to bring 2 people. Remember, the next stops are Miami, San Francisco, Charlotte, North Carolina, and Vegas. And so if you want to bring a second person, email me. All good, Mark. Just email me and I will give you a +1 coupon code that stacks with the 10x the Fed coupon code. All right, folks. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate you. And we will see all of y'all on Tuesday. Thanks again. And until